Tell me what fuels your creativity outside of being a mom. What else has you excited just about just the way the industry is going?
You know what? Something that I'm working on that I'm really, really, really excited about is some of my kind of like independent marketing campaigns and endeavors.
Hmm.
And I'm working on something that's really special, really near and dear to my heart because I've been involved at the Cornerstone working with youth in our community to combat drug misuse.
Mm.
And what is really, really compelling about this program is called Get Lifted, Lifted standing for Living in Faith to Elevate Dreams.
Nice.
And we're a youth led community lift program to empower dream chasing instead of drug use.
Mm.
And what I really love about this program and I'm using as a case study to represent how not only marketeers, but brands are doing better about like listening to people,
Mm.
and
So
putting and
critical.
setting them first is this brand specifically is listening to our youth.
Yes.
So the idea being that, adults aren't getting how to combat drugs correctly.
Yeah.
I grew up in the
They're
era
not.
of just don't do drugs. Just
Just don't do it.
dare don't do drugs.
Dare
Just
to do
don't
drugs.
don't do drugs. And when I looked back at the case study of my life, I realized, why I didn't do drugs. I was too busy dream chasing. I wanted to be
Yes.
a dancer and actress on Broadway. And I was like, I can't be high and hit these triple pirouettes at
Absolutely
dance
not.
class. I was just too busy. I
Yeah.
can't, hit my monologue at theater class if I'm
Mhm.
high. And so that was my motivating purpose. So I used that case study and personal testimony in my life,
Mhm.
pitched it to the state of California, the division of the Public Health Institute. It's called the Center for Collaborative Planning, CCP. So just thank you for being revolutionaries in the game and trusting me and my vision to galvanize this cohort of about 25 just really beautiful youth. They hate me because they're teenagers, but because they're kids. They're my kids too. I feel like
Yeah,
they're my
they are.
honorary babies.
Babies. Yeah.
And we're like, okay, we got to figure out this do for them,
Mhm.
and we're supposed to going to be this dream chase for them
Mhm.
for phase one of this program. And they were like, we're thinking about maybe a podcast or maybe a short film. I
Mhm.
said, well, I'm biased. But my husband is a brilliant filmmaker
Yeah.
and podcast producer, and you need to bring him on board. And so
Yeah.
they interviewed him, brought him on board,
Nice.
produced a beautiful short film. And that these kids, again, position them just as I do my kids in my own life. They were our
Mhm.
Netflix executive. They led everything from storyline development. They had they were stakeholders in how the script was developed. Like they gave my husband notes and that he
Wow.
integrated in them. We shot in August. We actually just recently had the premiere in Sacramento this past month, and just we dual path the development of the film to also teaching real skills. So taking it back to the Toyota Drive to Employment,
Yep. Full
they
circle.
kids learn how to create
Mhm.
pitch decks. They learn it strengthen their use of Zoom and
Mhm.
PowerPoint through the process of meeting with us.
Yeah. Hands on.
And very
Very
hands-on.
hands-on.
And then mentorship, because I said I
Mhm.
want to go back to mentorship
Yeah.
because again, these kids a lot of them come from challenging situations, or they may
And
not have the
backgrounds.
mentorship within their village and house of the opportunities available to them. If
Right.
someone just tap their potential,
That's all it
someone
takes.
just give them that nudge, and some of these kids like, maybe I could be a filmmaker,
Absolutely.
or Miss Malia, I want to do what you do. Maybe I
Yeah.
want
It
to be a
opens their
marketeer.
eyes.
And if they hadn't had this opportunity, so I'm just so grateful,
Mhm.
and just so humble for the opportunities God has laid before me, and being
Mhm.
able to use just this passion point of mine in
Mhm.
servicing people and servicing community, and more
Mhm.
specifically kids, to do some really, really beautiful work, some revolutionary work to uplift our communities.